Got practice at 4:30. Been rolling.
I was going to say, you look like you've been working. How are things for you? Obviously, the new facilities you guys have, you played a big part in raising that money. Talk to me about what that's like for you.
It's been, it's really personal to me because it's been getting to know our supporters and our donors and a lot of our fans out there. We've had unprecedented support from some great people that really stepped up big time. That building wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And, so that's been awesome. And then, probably 20 years everywhere I've coached and worked, I've been in, I always wanted to look at their facilities. And then when I came out west, I was kind of, there's a big difference between the facilities that you see, training facilities, teaching facilities in the South than what's in the West. And so I always felt like, if we could really build a facility that would really enhance our training and our teaching ability, that would be a big difference for us. Obviously, new stadium's been big. So I believe we've built the best teaching and training facility in the country. And if you get a chance to come by and see it, you'll be impressed with the technology and the innovation in the building and how we can teach football. 20 hours each week to work on football. And so technology is a way to maximize that 20 hours.
Yeah.
So it's pretty special. And then from a recruiting standpoint, I think it's going to have a huge impact. And from a teaching standpoint, our plan to win is discipline. And so that's something that never before I don't believe in a long time at Arizona State have we been in this position. It's really going to be impactful to our program.
Well, Kalen and JoJo both sat here and said that this helps them recover, that this helps them be better football players. When you guys are putting this whole thing together and you're out there selling this, evangelizing these new facilities, what were you selling, and do you feel like you've met that goal that you guys had?
Well, when Dr. Crow, I came in, we talked about, I think one of the reasons why he brought me is I believe in the teacher model. I'm a teacher. And you come in the league, our plan to win is to out-character, outsmart, out-discipline, out-tough our opponent. Because obviously just in going recruiting 5-star athletes, are you just going to go out there and be able to beat USC, Stanford, all that? We're going to go compete against them. There's no doubt about that. Well, what gives us the edge? What helps us when we're going against traditional powers like that? And so, we have a definitive plan that's unique to Arizona State to win and be successful. That plan was on track in 13 and 14, and obviously we dropped off since then. We were 5-1 last year, and lost all 3 quarterbacks and had issues, but we slipped from a discipline standpoint, from a teaching standpoint. So one of the things I'm excited about right now is where we're at, the investment that our players have made. I think this facility, as far as the training, strength training, development, and also maintenance and how they can take care of their body and nutrition, that we went from down here to up here, from a nutrition standpoint, from a injury prevention and taking care of their bodies, just the facility. It's the athletic training facility is phenomenal. The underwater treadmill, which we didn't have anything like that. So if a guy has an injury, we can get him back on the field faster because he can get in a zero gravity situation a few days after surgery. And so all those things, and we would try to go around town and find places to help, but it was just not. This facility is going to help us tremendously from that standpoint. And from a teaching standpoint, it's off the chain from a technology standpoint.
Talking to Todd Graham on 1580 The Fanatic, brought to you by Harmon Solar. And you talk about wins and losses. Have we, as a body of league, have we focused too much on your contract situation and too much on the losses? Because it seems like you personally, Todd, have had a lot going on with the stadium, and it just seems like there's been a lot of noise outside of football for you.
Well, let me make some points when it comes to that. I think sometimes we do things, and there's things that perception's reality. I'm under contract till 2021. I've got a pretty good situation. I made a great commitment to me. I'm very grateful. I've got a great relationship, and I think with Dr. Crow and with Ray, we've got a lot of positive things going on. If you're 5-7, I'm not sure that I'm going to ask for to create another year on the end of my contract. Obviously, in the years past, we went to 4 straight bowl games, and that was something that we did. I don't want to be at a place that you're 500 and people are satisfied. So I signed up for this. We're in a winning. This is a performance business, and so I have no problem with expectations. But let's all pull together and let's go win and recruit and be successful. And perceptions, reality. Let's don't hurt ourselves with things that are just all it is speculation.
Yeah, and I think we're easy to forget. We have short-term memories about the things that you guys have done. And I think all of this conversation about your job security, I think it's kind of noise, because you talk about your relationship with Ray Anderson. The commissioner of the Pac-12 sat there yesterday and talked about how great the university's done, and talked about how important Ray is on a conference run. How is your relationship with Ray right now?
It's good, really good. I mean, I tell you this, I think it was paramount when he came in. I think Dr. Crow did a tremendous job, because we needed someone from a business standpoint to really get our athletic department turned around. Because it's not just win football games. You got to have a great business plan, and I think he's done that. He's done some great things, and he's been very supportive of everything that we've done and worked at. And I think he knows the passion that I have for the program and how much it means to me. But at the end of the day, we got to win to be successful. And so, but I think so much of that talk is just speculation and stuff that doesn't have a lot of substance behind it. And but at the end of the day, I mean, I came here to win championships, and we have done some pretty positive things when you look at what we've done from a programmatically. When I came in, we were 2.23 team GPA. We graduated 80% of our football players at Stanford. They did ahead of us. That's important to Dr. Crow. That's important to Ray.
Is that important to you?
You darn right it is. I mean, and that's what I came in. We established that. That's something that I'm very proud of. That I know we partnered with our academic support team. The same academic support team was there before I got there.
Yeah.
And so they're phenomenal, but they weren't being supported the way they needed to be supported, and that wasn't the focus. We want to win at Arizona State. Our philosophy, but the culture is important. We want to win the right way. We want to do it the right way. We've established those things, but winning is important. Winning championships is important.
Todd, winning's hard.
Oh, it is. There's no doubt about it. Oh, no kidding. But at the end of the day, I mean, we've done it before, and it hadn't been that long ago. And you look at the things that I've been able to attract some really good people. I think some of the turnover and things, and we lost, Mike to a head coaching job, and we lost Jay Norvell last year to a head coaching job. I mean, when people respect what we're doing around the country, or guys wouldn't be getting Division I major college head coaching jobs. So I think probably the most important thing, and I do think, just being honest with you, I think guys got a little distracted with a lot of things that were going on, and we slipped just a little bit when it comes to discipline, and we didn't have a lot of good fortune. We had a lot of guys get hurt, but going back and evaluating that, there was things from the decision standpoints that we made as coaches and as players that we can't put ourselves in that situation where you're having to play with a 14 quarterback. I don't think anybody. You look at UCLA. UCLA, we played them last year. They were 3-1. We were 4-1, I believe, at that time, and we knocked their quarterback out for the year. And they were picked to win this league with 4-8. So you got to keep your guys healthy, especially at that position. I like this team. I like where we're at. I want our fans to know I have no problem with the expectations. People say, well, you got a short memory. Well, let me tell you, I'm not sitting here thinking about what happened in 13 or 14. Man, I want to win a championship. I want to do the things that I came here to do. So I got no problem with the expectations, but some of the stuff is just not productive for our program, no matter what. And so, but that's it gives some people something to talk about.
Indeed, it does. Todd Graham is on 1580 The Fanatic, brought to you by Harmon Solar. And JoJo said that last year, those big plays, and he said that it's not coaching. He said that's us. We have to do a better job for our coaches. Do you believe that you have the talent on defense to win games?
I think, you know what, I would never ever say that. I think I'm 100% accountable for everything that goes on and off the field. That leadership matters. There's a reason why they hire a coach. And I can tell you that, there's lots of things that we could do to improve. I think one of the things that happened to us, I think that we missed. I think we did a poor job probably on personnel. and we got some injuries.
Wow.
And we went from 1 to 3. You know, we had 1s, and then we got guys hurt, and we had 3s. And so there was and that's recruiting.
That's a heck of a statement for you to make.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You know, that's something that it's not that I believe in my players, love my players, and all that. I just think that we had some holes there, and we were thin from a depth standpoint in an area that really hurt us. And then there's a lot, no doubt, there's things that we can do schematically, because what we had done, we had success, and we had a definitive plan defensively, and we were the top of the league in 13. People don't realize that, and played pretty good defense in 14. I ran the defense back then. I think I obviously didn't do as good a job in 15, and then I made a decision. Hey, I got to back away from this thing, and I didn't call the plays last year, and there were lots of things that we could do different from.
What was that like for you, standing on the sideline watching?
Well, it was frustrating, and it was frustrating for all of us. But it was 100% on me. So you know, the big plays, you can't give up those kind of big plays. You know, giving up the points, you can't do those things. And all those things can be corrected. But you know, I believe 85% of what you see is coached or allowed to happen, and I'm accountable for 100% of it. And we have spent a lot of time self-assessing. You know, it's really easy as a leader to assess everybody else, but you got to go back and assess yourself. And I just think the difference between winning and losing is so small that you just got to dial it back in. And I'll tell you this: we have invested. Myself, my coaches. I think I've hired some quality people that there's no doubt in my mind that we're so much better off defensively. Coach Bennett and I together, you know, we have I think almost 70 years coaching experience between the both of them.
Easy.
Yeah, and Coach Bennett actually taught me when I first started off. He's the best secondary coach in developing those guys around, and I think I've been pretty pleased for the first couple of days and the personnel that we've brought in. And so I feel good. I feel good because these kids have worked harder, invested more than any group that we've had. I can't say that any group's worked harder than this group, and I guarantee you it's been hardcore discipline. And so I'm looking forward to see what they do on the field.
Who's your starting quarterback?
Right now it's Manny Wilkins, and until Blake beats him out, and it's a fierce competition. I can tell you that. That's something I actually have enjoyed.
Look at the smile on
I've
your
enjoyed
face.
watching it, man. I really have. You know, you know, so many in the past, if you'd asked me that, I would have downplayed, you know, quarterback. But I'm just telling you, I've enjoyed that. I think it's helped our team because they go, wow. I mean, it's a fierce competition. They both really complement each other, and they both are extremely competitive with each other. It's not like, you know, lovey-dovey or anything like that. You know, they're not. I like that competition. I think it's really elevated our team and elevated them.
Man, you're excited.
I am. I always am. And one thing I'll tell you that I like about our team, just like the day one, man. I went up there and said, "Whoa, we don't have any pads on." You know, I mean, whoa, a little bit. And they got an edge about them. Coach Napier, Coach Bennett, they got an edge about them. Coach Napier's a guy that, you know, he's been in great programs, been around arguably the best programs in the country. Coach's kid, man, believes the same way we do, but he's got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? He's got an edge about. I like the edge that we have, and then how we've really complemented each other. Because that's hard. It's hard. I mean, an offense and a defensive coordinator. That's the most important thing that I think I do as a coach is choose the personnel. And just like I told you, I think we made some mistakes. You know, and let me tell you this: good kids. We put them in positions that we had done things defensively that helped us win and be successful, but then we had kids that could not execute those things, and we should have adapted and did other things that they could have done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that it's not I'm not saying the player. I ain't putting anything on players. It's all about coaching and development and adaptation. And I think when you get just a little bit distracted, you know, when you win like we did, you start becoming 100. People study you. We didn't evolve and change. That was the big thing. You got to evolve and you got to change. And so that's something that we worked hard on. It's been fun and exciting to have, guys like Coach Bennett and Coach Napier to learn from and to get better. And the fact that we all three just believe the same way, that it's the team that kicks the other team's butt. And that's the mentality, and I like that. And I think you can talk to our players; they'll tell you that they've never worked harder in their life, and that usually brings about good results.
I got to tell you, it disappointed me today because you walked in here without cowboy boots on.
Yeah, you know what?
I miss those boots.
You know what? I thought about that this morning, man, and I had them here with me, and I said, you know what, man, I'm weird like that. I wear the same stuff, and especially I don't change anything when I'm winning. I said, you know what? I'm going to change it up, man, because we're going to get different results.
But you're not storing the boots forever.
Oh no! I wear those boots. I wear those boots almost every day, and it's the same pair.
Yeah, hey, before I let you go, tell me about your vacation, because I heard you had some amazing vacation.
Well, it's the first time my wife and I have been on vacation by herself. I think she said in maybe 10 years. We got 6 kids, and in the last 5 years we've been with our donors, with our supporters, and helping develop and raise money and do that. And so she's had 30 or 40 people when we'd go travel. We're history buffs and used to be history teachers, and so we like going to different places. So we went on a 12-day cruise to Rome, the Amalfi Coast, Sicily, Malta, Greece, Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, Slovenia, Venice, and then finished in Switzerland and then to Lake Como. So
best food you had on that trip?
Man, lots of probably in Venice I had lasagna that was probably like cotton candy. So you know what I love about Italy? You can just eat like a horse and you don't gain any weight.
Well, I'm Sicilian. Yeah. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. Well, because you're eating in America, you need to go to Sicily and eat, man. But no, I loved it. It was a neat deal. And
is there one place that stands out to you on that trip? Because those are a lot of great
Malta was 79 miles, I believe, from Tripoli, Libya. And it's where the movie Gladiator was filmed. It's where Churchill and Roosevelt met before they were going to, Vienna to meet with Stalin. So a lot of cool things like that. But I just loved Malta. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And a little leery at first about going there, but how safe it was. But it was very safe, and we had a great time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard for me to be gone 12 days on a cruise because I was ready to get back.
I bet. Yeah. Todd, good to see you, man.
All right, man. Thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Coming over.
You bet.
Wow, man, you never disappoint. Well, it's probably the third year I've talked to you. You're just.
Well, that's the easy part.